Let's start on our backs this morning. Feet the width of the mat. This is good for neutralizing your low back. Feet the width of the mat and your knees knock in. It's like a little mountain. Whew. Yep. Feet the width of the mat, knees together, creating a little mountain. Connect. Sometimes you just need this. You just need to stop and pause. Change the pattern, right? Yesterday, I walked to my daughter's school and I got there and she goes, "Where's your car?" I go, "What do you mean? Where's my car?" I go, "I walked here." She goes, "I'm not walking back." I had a chocolate in my pocket because I prepared. I knew. Even the crossing guard said that's not a good idea. She doesn't know that she's not coming with a car. So I give her the chocolate in the pocket. She's walking, she's stomping her feet, her backpack's hanging the entire way home. She completely ruined the walk. This morning she goes to me, "You're picking me up from school, right?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "In your car?" I go, "Yes, in my car." No chocolate today. So it's changing the pattern. You know, I thought this was great, changing the routine, right? It's all about the mindset. See, here we are. We come to our practice this morning. There's nowhere else you need to be except right here, and you just kind of roll with it. At any point during this morning's practice, you need to take a break. Please listen to your body. This isn't about pushing your body through limitations. It's about challenging yourself in a healthy way. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out loud through the mouth. Let it go. Yeah, leave it behind and then seal your lips and begin your breath that works for you. It's recommended to use Ujjayi breath. Good. Blink your eyes open. Extend the left leg forward towards the front of the room and just hug your right knee towards your chest. Just hug your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a good little squeeze. Keep your left leg down for a moment. Just give it a nice little squeeze. And then take the right leg over towards the left for a little supine twist. Yeah. Drop the right shoulder blade to the mat. Yeah. And you could use your left hand to kind of encourage that right leg to drop a little lower. Yeah, get some tissues. Good. Roll up to center, re-hug that right knee in. And then extend it out and let it roll towards the floor. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. Give it a good little squeeze. Yeah, just kind of lubricating the hip. Can't take ourselves anywhere. There you go. Yeah, I know. Hug the knee in. Give it a good little tight squeeze. And then take it over towards the right. Little supine twist. Keep your left shoulder blade down. This time you can use your right hand to encourage the left thigh to drop a little bit closer to the floor. And just feel the kind of the nice soft release of your low back. Good. Come up to center. Extend the left leg straight forward. Straight forward. Bring your arms up over the top of the head and reach like you're waking up for the first time today. And if you grab someone's toe by accident, it's okay. Just reach, 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 reach. Yeah. And point your toes and kind of reach across the mat and like a big yawn through your body right now. And then exhale the breath. Flex your feet really, really strong. Flex, 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 flex. And take your hands behind your head. Take your hands behind your head. Elbows are going to stay very open on the ground. You're going to draw your knees in towards, like make a little tabletop with your legs. And you're going to wrap your elbows as close towards the sides of your thighs as they're going to with your hands behind your head. So you're going to kind of make yourself into a little ball. You're not going to get all the way there. It's just the action of it. And then the exhale breath, you're going to yawn yourself open and hover from the floor. So your elbows kind of open up and your legs extend forward. You got it. And you pick a height. So try it again. You're going to hug in. When you crunch in, you're not crunching your neck. It's important that you're just making the action, the isometric action. Exhale the breath. You're going to open it up. Now, legs can be a little higher if the lower back is more sensitive today. Hug in again. So you're making this powerful connection, kind of like bringing yourself in like a ball. And then exhale the breath, extend it out. Try it again. Lower back spreads. You're going to hug in and then extend out. Just like that. Hug in. Legs could be more of a V shape, guys, if it's too much. Open it up and extend out. Try and move on the breath. Hug in. Extend out. 2 more. Spread the lower back across the ground. Extend out, create space. Good. Again, hug in. And extend out. Good. Bend your legs back like a little tabletop. Feet go flat to the floor. Feet go flat to the floor. Hands stay behind the head. The right leg will come up towards the sky. The left hand will stay behind the head. The left hand will stay, right hand will stay behind the head. The left arm will extend. So it's left arm and the right leg. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Your left leg is bent. Perfect. Right hand stays behind the head. And you're just going to go ahead and you're going to try and touch the toe. And then you're going to lower the right leg so it comes to a position that's in a good position from the ground and reach back with the arm. There you go. You're going to pulse up and you're going to touch. Now, this is important. The hand that's behind the head stays very open so the neck doesn't crunch. Try it again. So you may not touch the foot. It's just the motion of it. Good. Long across the body, create space and crunch it up. Don't get caught up on how far you're going. It's not about that. You got it. So move on the exhale breath. You're going to crunch up just like that. Finding movement, finding breath, finding your core, finding your center of gravity. So much happening here. The foot that's bent, keep anchoring it into the mat. There you go. Exhale the breath, you crunch up and you touch again in that direction. Move on the exhale. You got it. Another big one. And then release, let's switch sides. So the right knee bends. If you think you mixed it up, just do the opposite. Left hand stays behind the head. Right hand reaches up like it's going to touch the toes, the shin of that left leg. And then you're going to reach it back behind you and lower the leg down. There you go. Lower back spreads as you pulse up. There you go. I love this exercise because it's about creating length in the body and space, which is what we need to kind of find our anchor. Neck stays neutral and long. If you're crunching your neck, you're going to end up with a neck ache. Yep. Neck stays long. You look towards the sky. You move on that exhale breath. Keep going. Perfect. Couple more. Hear your breath. Feel your breath. Use your breath. It's there to support this. 3 more. Release. Bend the leg down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a happy baby. Pull the feet around the ribs. Yeah, it just feels kind of good. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Hug the knees in, rock and roll a couple times. Cross the ankles at the top, and then just find your way back into a down dog this morning. So first downward facing dog. May feel like it's been years. You may feel like you've aged. When you get to this down dog, that's okay. There's no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. Yep. Take up a lot of space on the mat. Thumbs, index fingers, baby fingers. Outer part of the hand presses down. Soften a little behind the knees if you feel compromised. So if the lower back's sensitive, it may not feel like your hamstrings are tight, but your hamstrings are a gateway to your low back. So softening behind the knees may be a little bit more helpful for you. Shoulders move away from your ears. Outer triceps grip in. If you feel like all the weight's dumping down, it probably is. So breathe your hips up a little bit higher this morning. Relax the head, the neck, the jaw. Just let everything go. Good work. Roll forward like an ocean wave to plank position. Lead with your heart and chest. And if it doesn't feel quite right, you walk it out a little. Feel your hands press firmly into the mat. Feel your outer triceps grip in. And then the heart kind of leads the pose. Activate your center line. Hug into that center line. Keep your neck neutral. Fire up the breath. More weight forward on your tippy toes. You can always modify if you need. Nobody cares. Hips go up and back, down dog. Plank position, all the way forward. Fix your eyes on a little drishti point, a little focal point to the front skinny edge of the mat. It's kind of a good little sweet spot. Drop your knees. They're going to go down on an angle behind you, so your knees aren't jamming into the mat. That's like the thighs are on an angle. Bring your weight a tad forward towards the front of the room, and then lower halfway to a supported push-up. When you lower like this, keep in mind that your shoulders never dump below your elbows. So if they're dumping down, you've gone too far. Your elbows are close to your side body, and you're doing a tight yoga push-up with your knees down. Good. Engage your abdominal wall, re-straighten your arms to supported plank. Keep the knees down, your legs on an angle, halfway to a supported push-up, halfway to a supported push-up. Less is totally more in this practice. You have to know where to stop. Halfway to a supported plank. We'll do one more. Halfway supported push-up, lower down. Revisit supported plank. Lift the knees, you're back in plank position. One solid line of energy here, neck is neutral. Now lower halfway to your push-up chaturanga, even if it's a small movement. Re-straighten your arms to plank, got you. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Avoid going onto that automatic. Yeah, we all go into automatic all the time. Good, breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Just be mindful you don't kick someone. So when you lift your right leg, you're trying to keep everything very neutral. Your pelvis is neutral. Point your right toes, come forward, hug your right knee in towards your navel. Activate your center line. Arms are straight up and down. Look forward with your eyes. Step your right foot all the way forward and through. Come to your fingertips. Good. Spring to the top of the mat. May not be so springy, so don't get your hopes up. Long spine. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. So just moving with ease in your body with lots of good yummy breath. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Right leg takes a generous step back. Just keep it deliberate here. Plant your palms. Left leg goes back to a three-legged down dog. Yep, so the left leg breathes up and back, three-legged down dog. Just keep it in space for a beat. Come forward, hug your left knee in. Yep. Step it forward and through. Right foot meets left foot, top of mat. Take it easy. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. The left leg takes a big step back. The right foot joins, you're in plank. Halfway to a push-up chaturanga. Pause in that push-up. Modify if you need to. Don't overdo it. Drag yourself through an up dog or a back bend that feels best in your body this morning. Stay aware. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. So body awareness and mindfulness is the best gift that you're going to get from taking this practice. Listen to your body. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You're going to step. You're going to float. If you're more like me, you may be like crawling. Yeah, long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up. You're going to step, step, or float. If you do choose to float, you land in a low push-up chaturanga, just to remind you. Up dog is smooth. You want to press even through your hands, the tops of the feet. Hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. Flushing out the cobwebs. Arms stay active and straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine, weight stays forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Again, arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, float, however you like to do it. Maybe you're just stepping to a dog today and giving yourself a break. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Spread your toes wide in down dog. That's going to help activate the front of your shins. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine right here. Fold in half. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. One more. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. You're going to step. You're going to float. You're going to skip. Yeah. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your right knee towards your navel, squeeze it in tight. The second you stop breathing, the pose is over. Yeah. Look forward with your eyes, land your right foot forward. Walk it a little to the right, guys. Yeah, come to your fingertips. Activate your back left leg and kind of steer your right thigh and your hip kind of back a little. Hands are going to come behind the head and you're going to hover in this low lunge, hands behind the head. Same kind of action we did before. Elbows aren't crunched in. They're going to stay nice and open. Yeah. So if your shoulders compromise, you just make less of them of the shape. You're sitting heavy in your front thigh, but you're not in the knee joint. You're letting your thigh bone slide back into the hip socket and your back left leg is super charged up. You're going to rise with just your torso and then extend your arms towards the sky. There you go. Soften that back left knee if need be. Your breath is flowing through your body to support the pose. Keep the lower half of the body like it is. Just bring your arms straight forward, just the arms. Wrap the left arm underneath the right arm. Step up into eagle early on here. Let's test our balance. No judgment with it. Yeah. Wrap it around. Rather than yanking down on the elbows, lift the elbows up, get heavy in that right heel, and bend into that right leg. Keep the neck neutral. Squeeze the legs a little more. Unravel just the arms, just the arms. Good. And then unravel the left leg and step into warrior one, first warrior. Just do your best. Trust that your body knows where to land. Take a second to kind of align yourself. Your right hip grips in, your left thigh bone is kind of on an angle facing forward. Drop your arms alongside your body. Interlace your hands behind your back. It can be a loose grip with bent elbows. Inhale, lift the eyes of the shoulders. Exhale, come forward for humble warrior. Yeah, when you drop into humble, keep in mind it doesn't have to be a deep expression this morning. You can hover, you can get snugly. The left side of your body has to steer forward though, guys. The outer blade of your left foot presses firm into the mat. Yeah, so you get out of the arch of that back leg. Grip your right hip in more and kick up the breath. Anchor strong through your legs and let's rise together, unravel and find first warrior, arms up. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position. When you hit plank, decide if you want to take plank, you want to go right back to a dog, or you want to take a push-up. Move through a back bend if that suits you. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. The left leg, you breathe it up and back, three-legged down dog. So just lift from that inner thigh. Point your left toes, come forward, hug your left knee in, give it a good little squeeze and pause. So you're in plank with your left knee in. Arms are straight up and down. Eyes look forward, step the left foot forward. Take a second, don't be in a rush. Yes. Walk the left foot a tad to the left, guys. Get heavy in that front thigh, back leg nice and strong. And then bring your hands behind your head. Yeah. Elbows stay nice and open. So your torso is very long. Look forward with your eyes. Keep your neck in neutral. So the chin isn't tucked and it's not jutting forward. There you go. You feel the weight in the standing left leg, but you let your thigh bone slide back into the hip socket and zip up your back leg. Keep the lower half of the body as it is and start to lift from your hips to your armpits to the crown of the head, and then grow the arms up towards the sky. You may need to soften the back right knee in order to find the right alignment this morning. Keep the lower half of the body where it is. Just bring your arms forward, just your arms. Wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. You do your best with this. And then step up and wrap your right arm underneath, right leg over your left leg. Eagle. You're standing on your left leg. Now, if you're trying to wrap your right leg around a straight left leg, it's going to be virtually impossible. So you have to bend into that left leg. I did not see the Bob Marley movie yet. My son, Jake, and my husband went. And my husband understood nothing because he said it was a Rastafarian was so sick. Jake thought it was awesome. I go, I guess he's speaking your language, dude. Yeah. Sit deep. And he had a lot of questions about him. Yeah. It's good. I love that. Sit deep, guys. Sit deep. Just unravel your arms for me. Just unravel your arms. There you go. Now unravel your right leg and step back, first warrior. First warrior. Take a second here. Hug your left hip in. Activate your back right leg. Drop your arms alongside your body. Interlace the hands. If you can remember which grip you took, opposite thumb, opposite baby finger, cross. Inhale the breath, eyes of the shoulders lift. And then exhale, come forward, humble. Yeah, there you go. So the right side of the body has to steer itself forward. So what I like to do in this pose, after we really fire up the left hip, is give a lot of good attention to that back right leg. Yeah, contract the muscles around the kneecap. Feel the weight come out of your arch. Yeah. Stay with it. Couple more breaths. Press heavy through your feet, through your legs. Let's rise together, first warrior. Bring your arms up. Feel the blood flow to the fingertips. It's pretty amazing. Hands to frame your front foot. Let's find plank together. Halfway to a push-up, chaturanga, if you've got that in the cards today. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. We land with ease. Long spine right here. Fold. Let's hit chair pose together. Weight moves into your heels. Feet can be together, a little separated if the back is sensitive. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So from the top here, arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair pose. So drive back into your heels, guys. And then that way, when you exhale the breath, forward fold, let it go. And then your weight comes forward. There you go. Long spine to set it up. Step or float through a vinyasa of choice. You decide what works. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. We come up together. Warrior one, first warrior. We're arriving slowly. I see it. Hands to frame your front foot. Plank position, lower into your push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. You want to anchor and then rise. Beautiful. Hands to frame your front foot. Chaturanga push-up. The upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Always the opportunity to reset. Keep that in mind. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine. Fold. Hit the chair pose. I know you're super stoked about it. Yep. Weight in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. With excitement, arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Then dive over bent knees and transfer that weight more forward. Perfect. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your version. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. Now you're getting some momentum, some rhythm, hopefully. To the floor we go, chaturanga push-up. Move through your up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Good. Left foot lands. Keep it going. To the floor we go, chaturanga. If I'm moving too fast, you just move at your own pace. Who cares? Upward facing. Sometimes you need an extra breath or 2 breaths. That's fine. We meet in a down dog here. We reset. We regroup. We're going to take one more. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine right here. Fold. Chair pose. Weights in your heels. Press up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Good. Up dog is smooth. You want to anchor press. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Nice. Chaturanga push up or take it out if it's not for you. Nice, Apu. Looks very even. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise. Hands to the floor, chaturanga push up. Upward facing dog is a smooth transition. So you want to make sure you don't throw your head back. Hips go up and back, down dog. Pause in your down dog. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Allison, you getting the slips? The little slippies? It happens sometimes like out of nowhere with my feet. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, here we go. Let's breathe our right leg up and back. Yep. Let's come forward to plank and take the right knee to the back of the right tricep. So listen, it's not going to touch for a lot of us. It just goes in that general like direction. Yeah. Extend it up and back, 3-legged down dog. Good. You'll come forward and you're going to take your leg across your body. It's once again, don't go so crazy with it. Just go in that general direction. Extend it up and back. Aren't we having fun? Come forward, hug your right knee in. Hug it in, hug it in, hug it in. Step it forward and through. Stay low to the ground. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Take the block and caddy it to the inside of your right foot and find your V variation of extended side angle. If having your hand resting on a block, to the instep of the right foot doesn't work out today, arm can go to the top of the thigh. Turn your left toes a little bit on an angle. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. If your arm's on the top of your thigh this morning, just pay attention to your right shoulder. Make sure it's not crunching up. If your left arm feels like it's got, got a little bit of movement to it, you can wrap it behind your back. But that's not in the cards for today. It can stay straight up. Your hand can go to your hip. It can wrap up and forward. I mean, there's so many great options here. Don't feel like you need to do any of them. So grip your right hip under. You got to kind of tuck it behind your back. There you go. Hypermobile in your right arm. So just be mindful of that. Keep it soft, little bend. That's just the nature of your body, which is good to know. Very good to know about. I would have liked to know what you were like 8th month of pregnancy. You were probably like, ooh. Yeah. Keep steering the chest, guys. You're still in it. You're breathing, your collarbone, your chest, everything is turning open and your hips are opening. Perfect. Stay. Nothing happens in the first few breaths. This is what we've learned. Right hand down, left arm up, and let your top arm pull you up, warrior two. So as you come up to warrior two, you have to find your stance. If you feel like all the weight is driving forward, you have to even it out. Lengthen the tailbone. Let your side body elongate you. Lengthen the tailbone straight down and rotate your right thigh back towards my voice. Breathe across the body. The goal is to find some evenness in everything that we do. The feelings that kind of rise in the holds of the poses are just feelings. They go away. It's temporary. Keep your arms very straight, everybody. Yes, straighten your right leg on track. You may need to step your back foot in for this, for a shorter, tighter triangle. Find your version of Trikonasana triangle pose. Some of us kind of do well with a shorter, tighter version of this. Some of us need a longer, bolder one. A block to the outside of the right calf is great. Soften behind your right knee. Hook your right hip kind of under you so your side ribs stay long. Breathe. David, take your right ribs and turn them towards the mirror. Up, right ribs, other way. There you go. Now we're in business. Stay with it, guys. Look to the floor. You're going to circle the hands down. Hip plank and lean on your left hand for a side plank Vashisthasana. Modify it if that suits your practice. If you're nursing a shoulder injury, yep. You can come down to your forearm. You can do knuckle it. You can knuckle it, yeah. Stagger the feet, or maybe today take a little tree. It's up to you. Okay, Jody Paul, without turning your hips, take your right toes towards the sky. There you go. You can do it. Plank position. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog, it's a small movement. Hips go up and back, down dog. You're like, no kidding, no kidding. Breathe your left leg up and back. Breathe your left leg up and back. Three-legged down dog. Come forward to plank and take your left knee to the back of your left tricep. Don't get caught up, like it doesn't need to touch. It's just going in that general direction. The left leg springs up and back, three-legged down dog. It gives you a little momentum and ease. Come forward, take your left leg across your body now. Once again, don't get caught up. It doesn't need to touch. It's just going in the general direction to work the obliques. Extend the left leg up and back. One more time, come forward, hug your knee in briefly. Give it a tight little squeeze. Look forward with your eyes and land your left foot smack. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Grab that block, caddy it to the instep of the foot. Place the left palm down. Any height of the block is fine. Back of the tricep kind of caddies in there, and then the right arm sprawled open. Now listen, if your arm is just resting on the top of the thigh today, that's great. Just make sure your shoulder's soft away from your ear. Take a little bit of a bigger step and then turn your right toes. I know the foot, other direction, hon. More forward, and that's going to give you a little bit more earth. Right. Sometimes the yoga towels help. Sometimes it makes it worse. I don't know. Whoever came up with it, just trying to make money. Yep. Now, if you want to add in a half bind, go for it. It's option. Everything we do is optional. I'm just throwing things out there so you know that you can kind of create more space in your body if that's what's working for you today. Steer your chest open for me. Grip your left hip in and under, and take your left ribs. So this time it's the left ribs have to turn towards the sky. There's a moment in time in this posture where you have to stop fighting the pose. Yeah, stop fighting the pose and let the pose just kind of open. Your breath and your attention to the breath is going to help you get there this morning. Unravel the right arm. Let the strength of that right arm pull you up, warrior two. You may need to take a little bit of a longer stance. Make sure that the left foot intersects your back right arch. Check your right foot pan and just even yourself out here. So step your right foot or move your left foot like over, either way. There you go. Spread across your body. If that right arm gets sad, lengthen your tailbone, wrap that inner thigh open. If you're going to the dark side of the moon in your thoughts, close your eyes and just breathe. Attention to the body, the alignment of the body, and the breath. Keep your arms straight, straighten your left leg on track. Find your distance and find your way into Trikonasana triangle. Shorter and tighter may be better for some of you. Longer, bolder, brighter, whatever it is that kind of speaks to you this morning. If you are going to go for a block, go to the outside of the calf. Go here and go high just to support the back. There you go. Lean back a little bit without going into that lower back. Looking good, Andy. So feel like you're pulling up on the front of your shin, like you're moving your pant leggings. There you go. Side ribs are long. You could probably go a little longer if it feels better in your body, like with your stance. You have long legs. Take a bigger step. Yeah. Soften your left knee, Zoe. Be careful, please. 2 more. Look to the floor, circle the hands down, hip plank and lean on your right hand for your version of side plank Vashisthasana. Modify with the right knee down, drop to your form. If you're nursing an injury, fall to the floor, smack your face, knock yourself out. Let's avoid all these things. Yes. Flex the feet, add a tree. I could keep going. Yep. Okay, so stack your 2 hips. They shouldn't be rolling open or forward. They want to be stacked. Look up, look sideways, look up. Nice work. 2 more. Rima, this looks great. Plank position. Oh my God, that was the quickest exit. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. With the right foot lands, stay with me. Low lunge. Don't come up. Reach for a block and let's step up into Ardha. We're ready for it. Use your block, place it out in front of you. We got some good sweat going. Jess is cleaning the mirrors. Yeah. I was the only person in the dry sauna in Mexico. Yeah. I was like, it's big enough to do yoga. Yep. Soften the right knee. Stack it open, guys. You needed me. Ardha Chandrasana, your version of half moon, whatever that looks like for you today. Maybe it's just working on the basics. Maybe you're binding and being all fancy with yourself. Either which way, your right foot and your right hip have to stay forward. Yes, be a yes. If you fall, you try again. Regular half moon if you added any embellishments in. Your eyes go to the floor, your left hand comes to the ground. We square the hips together and let's step the feet together to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale breath, exhale, fold into yourself. Let's hit our chair pose and bang this out. Sit deep, drag the hands to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath. We're gonna hook and twist towards the right. So if you're not twisting today or you're twisting less because your lower back is sensitive, you can air twist. What's important to keep in mind when you're in this chair with a twist is that the lower half of the body is supporting the upper half of the body with alignment. Feet, shins, knees, hips, everything creating this strong box. If your breath stops, this gets to be a very ugly, disturbing, uncomfortable pose that nobody likes. So breathe yourself into it. Point your right elbow towards the sky. Chair. Yep. Sit all the way down for an amended boat. So your fingertips are going to claw the mat and your legs are going to go out like this. Your knees can be a little bent. Yeah. Eyes of the shoulders lift. You can place blocks underneath your hands if you need to. Good. We're going to lower the right leg a little and then bring it back up. Lower the left like little baby scissors for 20, 19, 18. You got it. 17, 16. If you need to bend, you bend your knees. 15, 14, 13. It's a small movement. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, draw in, 4, 3, 2, 1, center. Cross the ankle, step or through vinyasa. It feels good. Take an up dog if you can, or a cobra to stretch out the front line. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. The left foot lands into a low lunge. So if we stop, there's no like going back. Like it's over. Like if you stop now, you just go to Shavasana. Right. So let's just like kind of get through it. Use a block, place it out in front of you. Take your right hand to your hip and step up into Ardha. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Yeah. Any version of your Ardha that you think you can take on today and just feel like you're giving it your best shot. Right. Keeping your left foot and your left hip grounded and forward. For me personally, I have to put a lot of attention keeping a little bend behind that left knee. Any variation. If you're finding you got to kick now, a kick behind you. Regular half moon if you added anything. Eyes to the floor, right hand to the ground. Step your feet together. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Hit the chair with strength and energy and good thoughts. Hands to prayer. Pray. Inhale the breath. Turning and maybe air twisting or hooking that right elbow to the outside of that left thigh. Spine is long and straight. We don't twist our spine. We're twisting our little baby ribs. Yeah. Your breath is filling the shape of the pose as you travel a little deeper, a little further into it. 2 more. Chair, pull it around. Heavy in your heels, chair pose. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Stand on your left leg and make a tree with your right leg. So bend your right leg up and make a tree. Yeah. It could be anywhere along the instep of that left leg. Just make sure you're not shoving your foot to the instep of your knee, please. And then grow your branches and get yourself grounded. There's a hooking of your hips, so it's a very similar action to what you do in a lot of the other standing poses. There's similarities here. The side ribs stay long, your body is finding symmetry and balance, and your breath supporting it. You may be very happy with this pose. You'll stay for a few more breaths. If you want to challenge yourself, it is optional. Your right foot will just move away from the inside of that left thigh a little bit, so it's like a dripping tree. I call it a dripping tree. Yes. But the shape stays the same. So if your hip goes like hog wild and crazy, you've lost it. It's a very small movement, isometric hip opener. Breathe. Replace the foot back into tree pose. See if you can do it. Yep. And then step down. Stand up tall, mountain pose. Get yourself together. Switch the weight to the right leg and drag the left leg up into your tree. So it could go anywhere along the inside of the right leg. Just don't slam it to that knee. Yeah. There's a hooking in of your hips. You can get that foot to stay, and then you grow your branches. Yeah. So you do little things in the tree to make the tree challenging, right? Sometimes it's, an arm something. Sometimes it's a leg something. Sometimes it's your eyes, your focus. Sometimes it's your breath. So just stay with this if this works for you today. If you want to play around with that little isometric hip opener, the foot just pulls away from the inner part of the thigh very subtly. The toes continue to kind of point towards the ground. It's like this dripping sensation. And your breath supports the shape. Yeah. Replant the foot back. Hands to prayer, step down, mountain pose. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. You're going to step, you're going to float. We're going to skip back, chaturanga push up. Moves for your up dog. Don't fall apart on me. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. The right foot lands into a crescent lunge because we have to. Yeah, crescent lunge. Because the yoga people will come and find me and take me out. Arms go straight up towards the sky. I think back to I've been teaching yoga for 22 years and practicing for longer. The places I've gone to do yoga have been so weird. Drag your hands to prayer over time. Like the places that it's taken me is so interesting. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. I think about how we've created such a nice, clean, healthy environment here. Right. So if you're here and you're like, this sucks, I don't feel good in the pose, I feel like I can't hold it, drop your back knee. If you're looking back, you're probably rounding your spine. So look sideways or look up. That's going to help a lot. Yeah. If your back knee is down, just make sure the knee isn't jamming into the mat. Please keep it more on an angle. You got it. Grip your right hip in and turn your ribs. Two more. Don't give up. Release the hands, come down to frame your front foot. You pause, drop your back knee, guys. Drop your back knee. Slide it back a little for me. Slide it back a little. You may need to pad if your knee is sensitive. So left palm's going to come to the instep of the right foot. I use a block. You can even drop to your forearm. The right arm peels back. This is called full pigeon pose. Yes, it's full pigeon. So yes, the right arm reaches back. Now, that may be where you stop today. Your body just may say, okay, this is it for me. Fine. Focus on the basics. Keep your right knee forward and turn a little. If you can grab your foot, that's wonderful and great. Good for you. Give it a little snuggly in. If it's just bending up and it's kind of hanging out in space, not bad. Stay with it. Perfect, Pam. Steer your chest kind of back and open without looking back too much with your neck. There you go. Release the foot, take the right hand to the ground. Okay, so this is a runner's stretch. So you're gonna slide your right leg, Zoe, be careful with this, okay? So slide back, so it's like this. So you're like in a little runner stretch, okay? My right leg can stay a little bent. You're gonna take your block to the instep of the left calf, okay? Place it there, and then peel your right arm open. So the way that I take twisting triangle with the back knee down, I like it a lot, especially for those that just traveled a bunch or sitting in their car watching horrible youth sports somewhere. Yeah. Flex your right foot. Perfect. The block can go higher if you feel like you're dumping down. Yeah. Two more. Right hand down, fold over your right leg. Take 3 breaths here. Bend your right knee a little if it's too much. Good. Rebend that front leg. Slide back to a dog. Just step back to a down dog for me and reset. Downward facing. Step the left foot forward. Crescent lunge. Keep it together. Here we go. Crescent lunge. Rise. Drag your hands to prayer. The trick with this pose, guys, lean forward first, then hook and twist. It kind of gives you the ability to see where the body is. We don't want to dump down. Back knee can drop if it needs support. Point the left elbow towards the sky. Steer your left hip kind of under and back. Activate your right leg. Yeah. Your mind is very powerful. So you start telling yourself, I can't do this pose any longer. You're not going to be able to do the pose. So just change the cycle of your thought and just breathe into what's happening. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Drop your back knee down, pat it if you need to. The thigh bone is on an angle, yes. Right hand comes to the floor, or I like a block, and I like to place the block up high. Yes, forearm can come down to the floor of the block as well. The left arm reaches back. This could be it today for the twist and the hip opener. So just reach back with that left arm and be happy here. If the foot kind of bends up and it can connect with your hand, that's great. If it's not happening, don't force it. Poo, that's a new one. So bend your front leg. Bend your front leg. Yeah, take the block, the little purple block, and slide it underneath your hand. So keep your left leg bent. That's it. Perfect. Release the foot. Take both hands to frame the front foot. Now you kind of crawl your left leg and your arms back. So you straighten your left leg as much as it's going to go, and you're on your right knee. So it's straight up and down. This is like a little runner setup. Then take your block underneath your right hand. It can go on the highest angle if you want. And then peel the left arm open. So the trick with this is the block is directly underneath your shoulder. Yeah, and I go super high with it because I really get deep into the IT band. If you flex your left foot a lot, you're going to really feel. This might be too much. Just breathe through it. Two more. Left hand to the ground, fold back, right knee up off the ground, step to a plank one last time. Yep, plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth and charged up, like the first one you ever took. Hips go up and back, down dog. That's over again. And it's going to be 100% different than what I just taught because I won't be able to remember. When you hit the floor, we're going to set up for some back bends, and it's going to feel really good because this class set you up for really awesome back bends. So we're going to take 3, okay? Now, the first one, if you want to slide blocks under your feet, I like that a lot, especially if the lower back is tight and sensitive. So it's essentially creating the same back bend. It's just your feet are elevated on blocks. So you put one under each foot. Yes, the fingertips would skim the blocks. So it's the same exact setup. Good. You make your arms, you set them up, and then you lift up into bridge this way. Interlace your hands underneath your low back, or you can kind of make little robot arms and use the back of the triceps. Perfect. The inner thighs have to turn down and under. Yep. Exhale the breath lower down. Good. Let's try it again. Lift up, bridge, supported bridge. If you want to go to a full wheel, you may feel ready. Flip the palms. You could try with your feet on the block. Chin to chest, giant breath in. Exhale the breath, you'll lift straight up. Yes. When your feet are on the blocks, it kind of helps get you up out of your low back. Nice. Elbows have to turn in. Exhale the breath, tuck your chin, come down. Big breath in. Full breath out. Spin a little bit more. Here we go. Let's lift up. Lift straight up. Wherever you are, there's no judgment with it. There's no like, oh, I should be further in the pose. It does not matter. Exhale your breath, lower down. Hug the knees in, give them a big squeeze. Good, rock and roll a couple times. I wanna take some sort of final hip opener, guys, before we finish. Just a minute on each side. So if you wanna stay seated, if you wanna stay on your back, ankle to knee on your back, that's fine. If you wanna kind of peel around into a half pigeon right side, go for it now. Yep. Kind of like a little bonus hip opener. So yes, hit it right now. You can stay on your back, whatever feels good. switch to the side. You're already very open in this area, so. You're on your back, you just switch. Relax your head, Pam. There you go. Yeah. Make it less like, it could be more passive, which is fine. Come up nice and slow, lean onto your left side, swing the right leg forward. If you can keep your eyes closed, try that. Lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Any final movements here for your finishing of your practice? If you need to twist it out one more time, please do so. If not, you just set up right now for Shavasana, complete rest. Complete rest, flat blocks where they need to go so you're comfortable. Cover your eyes. Cover your head. Draw attention to your fingers, your toes, the top of your head. Begin to wiggle and feel. Draw your arms up over the top of the head. Make a full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest and the dramatic squeeze in. If you feel like just staying down, stay down. For our mind and our spirit and our energy level. Just feel. Take a second to pause and feel. Bottle up, hold it tight, hands to prayer, bow your head. Have gratitude always. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, guys. It got steamy in here. Our humidity levels were up, so hydrate yourselves. Sometimes